Hi and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about all of the books that I read in 2024. Don't be scared, there are not that many. I just read 30 books this year, which I am proud of, but I'm just saying that I know there are people that can read way more. And yeah, I will be putting my ratings somewhere up there. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is show you the books that I read one by one, talk a bit about them, and yeah. So let's get started. I started off 2024 very strong because I started it with The Poppy War. Spoiler alert, this is the best book I read in 2024. I mean, by the best book, I mean the best series. Yeah. The Poppy War is about our girl Rin. She lives with her foster parents, and in order to avoid an arranged marriage with a 40-year-old man, she's I think 15 or something, I'm not sure. I think she's 15 or 16 when we start the book. So yeah, in order to avoid an arranged marriage with a 40-year-old man, she studies really hard to get into that very prestigious academy and yeah, get out of there, you know. She manages to pass the exams and get into this school, military school, whatever, and that's where the journey starts. This trilogy is about war, and war is ugly, so I don't know what I should be telling you about this. Obviously, check out the trigger warnings because it's going to be heavy, especially throughout the end of the book. Yeah, be warned. But I love this book. I love this series so much. I can't. This book was a perfect introduction. It had me hooked from the beginning to the end. I love Rin from the bottom of my heart, but yeah, Rin is unhinged. She is an unhinged character, and you ought to know that before getting into that book. She is crazy, but I love her. After that, I obviously read The Dragon Republic, which is the second book in the Poppy War trilogy, and wow. The thing is, this book is quite controversial because something that is like a very weak book and it's just boring and blah blah blah, and others love it so much it's their favorite book of the whole series. I belong to the second category. I love this book. It's 6 stars. Yes, it might have been slow, but you get to see the soft and emotional side of war, and I love this book so much. I can't. But the last chapters, yeah, yeah. Then we get to the third book, which was, so the third book, many things were going on. Things were so chaotic and so many things were happening. The whole time I did not know where this is going because I was like, okay, what? Just confusion, like the whole time. And then things started getting wrapped up and I was scared for my life because I didn't want this to end the way I thought it's gonna end. And it did. And that just hurt me so much. It was painful. It was painful. The ending, I can't. It was a 5-star book nonetheless. It did hurt me so much. I don't want to say too much because that's also the last book. So after this book, we also have The Drowning Faith, which is a novella from another character's POV. I'm not gonna say much. Some people read the novella after they finish the second book, but I think it hits different if you have finished all 3 books because then it hurts more. It's just literally like what, 10 pages, not even, this novella, I don't know, like it's very short. Yeah, I'll never get over it, and I literally have like merch and everything. I love it. I love everything about this series, and I don't think anything is going to top it. So yeah. After finishing the Poppy War trilogy, I thought I should read something light, you know, a quick read. And I picked up The Housemaid. I'm gonna start off by saying I finished this book in one sitting. The beginning of this book was wow, like it hooked me immediately from the start. I was very interested to see how everything will unfold and where this is going, because I was 100% sure that somewhere there was a catch, you know, like there is no way things were like they looked. So I did suspect what was happening, and I was right. But nonetheless, even though I expected, okay, that might be a me problem, it probably is. Whenever I pick a thriller book, thriller, no mystery or something, just thriller, because this is, as far as I know, a thriller book. So whenever I pick a thriller book, I expect a crazy plot twist, which is not always the case, and it does not have to be, you know what I mean? Like it just has to be thrilling, you know what I mean? And this book was thrilling. I was a bit disappointed at the time that it didn't have that plot twist, that crazy plot twist, because I saw it coming. But then I realized it's not about the plot twist. It's about how badass the main character is. And yeah, she is. She's amazing. I really like her. And I also recently found out that there's going to be a movie adaptation of the book, and I'm so excited because the actors that play in that movie, I love all of them. Yeah, this book was really good. Like I recommend it. I get the hype. But like as I said, don't go into the book expecting a crazy plot twist, but it's still worth it. It's still a very good read. As I said, I finished it in one sitting and it was really good. Yeah. Then I continued with the second book, The Housemaid's Secret. So, was this book necessary? No. No. As much as I would like it to be, no, it's not. Like, okay, listen. Apart from a romantic relationship we see happening here, I didn't care about anything else because I already knew what was going on. It was so obvious, you know what I mean? That's the reason I'm not picking the third book up, because I also heard that it's like so unnecessary and, you know, like no, I'm not gonna miss anything out, I think. So this is where I'm ending this series. But like, okay, this book was fine. I'm not gonna say it was that bad, but I don't know. Like you can read it, I guess, but like yeah, don't expect too much. Then I had a buddy read with my best friend and my brother's girlfriend. So yeah, we decided to go for Anatomy, a love story. So overall, the atmosphere and the vibes of this book were immaculate. Honestly, they were perfect. So what this book is about is a girl named Hazel in Edinburgh, 1817, and it's a gothic tale full of mystery and romance. Our main character, Hazel, she's a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry. And then we have Jack, who is a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a city where it's too easy to die. Yeah, it was a nice little book. I liked it. I actually did, but what really caught me off guard was the ending. There was something I didn't expect to happen, like an element in this book that I didn't even know it could exist. Like, I don't want to say what it was because I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to also be surprised, you know, if you read this book. But like, there was an element in this book that I didn't expect to see. And at the end, something happened and I was like, what? But I think this element was added so we have a second book in the series. I understand, okay? But yeah, it was a fun little read, nothing crazy if you ask me. I don't know, I did not love it. Maybe that's the reason I haven't picked the second book yet, which is Immortality. Yeah, I don't know, like I might pick it up. It's like I didn't hate it. I might pick it up, you know, just to finish the series, but I'm not that obsessed over it. And as I said, the aesthetics and the vibes and the atmosphere, 10 out of 10. After that, I went with another little thriller, which is Rock, Paper, Scissors. And I had such high expectations about this book because everyone loved it. The thing is, I also liked it. It was crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, for some reason I was disappointed. I will read the back of the book for you so you know a bit what it's about, because if I give my own synopsis I might spoil something, and I don't even remember that much because it's been like, ooh, many months. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, an anniversary they'll never forget. Adam and Amelia are spending the weekend in the Scottish Highlands. The remote location is perfect for what they have planned. But when their romantic trip takes a dark turn, they both start to wonder, can they trust the one they're with? Because every couple tells little white lies. Only for Adam and Amelia, the truth is far more dangerous. The plot twist, I think for some people would have worked out. Yes, I see it. But for me, it didn't. I was so disappointed. I was like, this? Even though what was I even expecting? I don't know. But like, I'm just a bit hard to please with mysteries and plot twists and thrillers. I'm sorry. It was a good book though, like it was. I also read it in one sitting. What is it with me that I read books in one sitting and don't actually love them? Because like, it makes no sense, right? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was I would still recommend this book even though it didn't do it for me. It's okay. I recommend it. Then I was like, enough with the easy peasy books. Enough with the cute little easy fast read books. Let me grab Bubble. And I did. I grabbed it. It took me a month to finish this book. Yes, I know. But the thing is, it was a heavy read. This book is set in Oxford, 1836. So basically what this book is about is Robin and his friends trying to throw down the English government. So you can imagine how this will go. I picked this book because of R.F. Kuang, because I love her, and I was like, oh my god, I read the Poppy War, now I have to read this. This was way different than the Poppy War, but it was a masterpiece. It was. As hard as this book was to read, I don't care. Like, it was a masterpiece. I took my time with it. It's fine. Sometimes it was a bit slow. I mean, this book also has many footnotes. Way too many. Like, so many. Were they necessary? I don't know. Nonetheless, I rated this book 5 stars because the ending, I can only recommend this book. This is the last book I read by R.F. Kuang in 2024. I just have to read Yellow Face, and I cannot wait for Catabasis to come out because I know I'm gonna love this book. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, before Bubble I read the Mindfuck series. It was a very good series. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Again, check trigger warnings. The Revenge, perfect. I recommend it. The Mindfuck series is about a girl getting revenge for herself and her brother for something that happened to them in the past. And while she's doing that, she falls in love with a man that is an FBI agent that works on her case. Yeah. And the main character, that woman, wow, she's amazing. She's perfect. I think her name was Lara or Lana. Lara or Lana, I'm not 100% sure. In love. Amazing. I just rated it 3.5, maybe 3.75, because it was a good book, a good series, okay? If you love this book, I understand, I see why. It's just, for me, it was okay. I enjoyed it. I just could have done without the spice. I think the spice, I don't read, I don't like, I don't enjoy, I don't read books with spice. So maybe that's why sometimes I even skipped the smut scenes, because I was like, okay, I don't care, continue, give me the plot. But I recommend it nonetheless. It's a really good series. After I finished Babel, I picked The 7 Year Sleep. My baby. Do you know how much I love this book? Okay, so we have our main character Clementine, whose aunt died 6 months ago, and she left her apartment to Clementine. And so Clementine moved into that apartment 6 months later, but little did she know. I mean, her aunt always told her this apartment is magic, blah blah. And like Clementine was like, oh, okay, sure, until it happened to her. She goes into that apartment and sees a man in there, and the thing is that that man like is in that apartment but 7 years ago. It's like two different timelines meet, you know, like it sounds a bit confusing, but I promise you it will make sense when you read this book. I don't want to say too much. I can't. It was like, oh my god, so freaking good. I cried, laughed, screamed, giggled, kicked my feet, everything. I This book has everything, and it's literally, I can't, like, stars read, honestly, perfect. I've never read anything similar before. This was a masterpiece of a book. I'm so happy I picked it up, honestly. Then I was like, okay, let me grab a rom-com or something, and I picked Better Than the Movies. Everyone likes this book. I rarely ever see bad reviews or something, so I was like, oh, let me pick it up. I have to say it was a pretty cute book. I liked it, I enjoyed it, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if I read it when I was like 17, 18 or something. I'm 24 now, and I don't know. Liz and Wes, they have been neighbors since they were little kids, and Liz asks Wes for help to get another boy to like her. But little does she know that in the process she's going to fall for someone else, and that someone else is her lifelong neighbor who has liked her since they were little kids. It sounds so cute, and it is cute, and it's nice. I read it quite quickly. It was not a 5-star read or something, just because I think it's not for me anymore. I still recommend the book. Then I read The Unhoneymooners. I read this book during summer, and it was fine. It was okay. Her twin sister gets married, and at the wedding everyone gets sick, food poisoning and everything, except for Olive, the main character, and the groom's brother. These two, mind you, are enemies, like they hate each other. Olive's twin sister told her, please go to my honeymoon vacations and take my husband's brother with you, and that's what they did. It's a fun idea, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I did not feel anything. I did not love this book. It was fine. Whatever. Then I picked another book from Frida McFadden, which is Never Lie, because I heard very good things about this book. I hated this book. I hated this book. Oh my god, like, okay, not hated. Okay, it was fine. It was fine, but I just like, the plot twist didn't do it for me again because it was disappointing. I did not like it. I was mad at the ending of this book. I was so mad. I was mad. So maybe it was not that bad actually, because it made me so mad and pissed that this happened. Maybe that's what the author was aiming to do. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was fine. I mean, you might like it. Some people might find this book fun, so you can read it. Then I read the Harry Potter series. I was from the people that always said, Harry Potter, ew, I'm never watching that shit. I'm never reading that. Wow. What am I supposed to say? I don't think I need to explain the plot to you. First book, perfect start to the series. Second book, probably it would have been my favorite book if it wasn't for another book that I will tell you which one it is. Third book, perfect, amazing. Fourth book, that's where shit started feeling real. That's where I was scared for my life. Fifth book, the ending. Sixth book, what do you mean my baby Snape killed Dumbledore? What do you fucking mean? What do you mean? No. And seventh book, my favorite book of all series, obviously, because the emotions that I felt while reading this book, every 10 pages someone died, literally, like that's how it felt. I sobbed my eyes out. I could not deal with this. My all-time favorite character of the Harry Potter series is Severus Snape. My baby. Just thinking about what he went through. No, I can't. Because he deserved better, okay? And he just suffered. He suffered. It's still fresh, okay? Because I finished this series on the 31st of October. I still remember. And it's just like Severus, like Snape is just my weakness at this point. I can't. I wish I could have protected him. I wish I could give him a hug, because my man never knew love, okay? And I love Snape so much. I loved him from literally from the first book. No, you know why? Because on the first book, when I read it, like the whole time I was questioning, I was like suspecting him, because he looked like he's the bad guy, you know? He looked like he was trying to hurt Harry. And in the end, we find out, nope, he is not. He's actually protecting Harry. So I'm like, you know what? I'm never questioning you anymore, King. Never. I know you are not how you look like. And that's where my journey of loving Snape, and I will always love him. And I do not care if y'all hate him. Talk to the wall. Thank you. Overall, a 5-star series. I will never stop thinking about these characters and about this journey. Never. And after finishing the Harry Potter books, after 2 months of reading this series, I thought, let me grab something easy, something quick, a standalone, and blah blah. And so I picked up That's Not My Name. And oh boy, that's what I'm talking about. That was a plot twist. That was something I did not see coming. Even though, I'll tell you, the whole time while reading this book, I was thinking, oh, I know what's happening. I know where this is going. I know who that person is. I know everything. Little did I know that I didn't know shit about this book. Because I reached the last chapters and I was like, my jaw dropped to the floor. Very good. So this book is about a girl. She gets up in the middle of the night. She's in the forest. She's hurt, blood all over her clothes and the body, whatever. She runs out to the road and a car passes by. It's a policeman. They brought her to the station and she realized she couldn't even remember her own name. She couldn't remember anything about her life. Nothing. How she got there, what her name was, nothing. Okay, so at that moment, a man comes to the police station and is looking for his daughter. He shows pictures and everything, and the policeman is like, oh wait, that's the girl that I have sitting in the room. So he shows the man the girl, and the man says, oh my god, that's my daughter. He provides birth certificates and everything to the policeman, takes the girl home. They live into a cabin for the time, up in the forest, I don't know, because he's renovating their house. The policeman sees every proof that he needs, and he has to let the girl go with her dad. Perfect. Then we have a second POV of a boy who is looking for his missing girlfriend. They had a fight one night, and the girlfriend stormed out and left and walked back home, but never arrived home. So he's looking for his girlfriend while he's also the main suspect, and everyone is against him and suspects him. So he has to find his girlfriend, prove that he's innocent, but first of all, find her well, alive and well. Read this book if you want a good plot twist and to cry also at the end because of the plot twist. I cried. I was like shook. Yeah, perfect. It happened to watch an interview of Arif Kwang on TikTok, and on that interview she was asked what her favorite book was, and she said at the moment it's Piranesi. And I immediately went and bought that book, and it was sitting on my shelf for a couple of months, and then I was like, you know what, I'll pick this book up because it's just 245 pages long, short, whatever, and I will just read it. Why the fuck not? 6 stars. I am so sorry, but I cannot explain the plot to you about this book. Just trust me on this one and read it, okay? That's all. I can't explain to you. I can't explain the plot because it's not. You're gonna just pick it up, okay? Thank you. So after that, I already had this book sitting on my shelf for a year now or longer, and I really wanted to pick it up. I was just scared that it's going to break me, and it did break me. The Sword of Kaigen, 6 stars. It's a masterpiece. What it's about. It says, the Poppy Wars darkness meets the last Airbender's elemental magic. Do you need more? Yes? Okay. Listen. So this is about a small village in Japan. This village likes to stay traditional. Yeah. We're talking like katanas, swords, and yeah. But we also have magical elements in here. Magic elements like different types of powers and stuff. We're following the life of our main character Mamoru, and our also main character, his mother Misaki, during war. I don't want to say much. This book broke me to the point where there is no mending, there is no salvation anymore, there is no coming back. I am broken forever now. And the thing is that this book is a standalone, but tell me why I need a second book right now. I will always hope and believe that we're gonna get one in this lifetime, because if not, just let me be delusional, okay? Thank you. Then it was late December, and I was like, let me grab the one and only Christmas book I have on my shelf for a year and a half now. Because if I don't read it now, I'm never going to. So I picked up Window Shopping, and I wish I hadn't. It was such a disappointment. I did not like it at all, honestly. I don't even want to talk about it. Please don't make me. It's 1 stars for trying. I'm sorry. It was so boring. I did not care about the characters. I didn't care about the plot. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to be done, even though it was like 230 pages or something. Oh my god, it felt like ages. of me reading this book. I hated it. Mm-mm. It was like the 29th or the 30th of December, and I was like, you know what? I cannot end my year with a one-star read. I cannot. And I needed one more book to reach my goal also. So I was like, let me find a book that I know it's going to be at least 3 or 4 stars. Like, please, let's try to find something that looks promising. And I picked The Unmaking of June Farrow. The cover looks stunning. The title looks promising and catching. And I just hear from everyone that this book is so good and blah blah blah, and that it's for everyone, and I could not agree more. So it's about our main character, June Farrell. When she was a 6-month-old baby, she was found in front of her grandmother's door, and her mother had left her there and disappeared. She's presumed dead because 34 years after, she's still not back. She's obviously dead. So the grandmother seems to know something, but she never tells June anything. When June is 24, her grandmother dies and she is left all alone. She knows that all the Pharaoh women in her family have a kind of a curse, you know. Um, so her goal in life is to never fall in love or get married, and most importantly, to never have children of her own. So that curse ends with her. You know, when she dies, no more. Um, yeah, that curse is about the woman, the pharaoh woman in the family becoming kind of like delusional and crazy, you know, and doing weird things, seeing weird things and stuff like that. So, yeah. And this starts happening to her too. Until one day she finds a door and she opens that random door that is in like literally nowhere. She like it's a random, just a piece of door, you know, out in the open. She opens the door and walks through it, and I'm gonna stop right there. She goes through it. Where she goes, I'm not gonna tell you because you have to find out for yourself. I went in blind. I had no idea what's happening in this book. This book is a masterpiece. I loved it so much. I finished it on the 31st of December. I ended my year with a 5-star read. I'm so thankful and so happy. And I will never forget this book. Never. The characters, the book, the plot, the so beautiful. I've never read anything similar to this, and I can only recommend. These are all the books I read in 2024. In total, 30 books. It was a quite good year for me, but yeah, I set the 2025 reading goal also at 30 books because I know that that's probably the most I could read. Maybe a bit more, but we're gonna see. But overall, 2024 was a good reading year, and I am very happy. And I hope 2025 is going to be even better. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!